I'm Dr. Bill Russell. I run the integrated physical medicine practice in the Pilates Plus Yoga studio. And today I'm going to show you some proprioceptive work, some simple things that everybody can do. And we're going to go through a couple levels of difficulty on that so that something for everybody. The first thing is we're just going to get a nice stance. And you want to, as far as footwear, ideally you would be barefoot. Some people have to wear shoes for various reasons. Whatever is comfortable, you can do this exercise in shoes, without shoes. So we're just going to start off and kind of rock that pelvis a little bit, kind of find what feels like your nice, good gravity. Feet about below your shoulders. And we're just going to kind of warm up these feet first. So you're just going to kind of roll forward, feel that weight up on the ball of the foot, back onto the heels, and kind of roll off to one side so you kind of feel that weight shift to the sides of your feet. I'm just trying to wake up all those neurons in there. Okay, so now we're just going to lift our toes. And if you can't lift your toes, imagine you're lifting your toes, because we know that you'll still get a lot of neurological benefit from that. And then try, if you can, try and lift your little toes, which is really hard to do. Lift up your big toes, so that's all kind of warmed up in there. So now we're going to go to our one-legged stand. So the first thing we're going to do, you want a nice even weight shift, and so now you're balanced right over your one foot. And you're just going to hold this for a little while. And in a class, we would hold this for probably 30 seconds to a minute on each side, and then repeat that 3 times. You always want to make sure you do everything on both sides. So we're going to go over to the other side. And now we're doing this with our eyes open. And now to make this a little harder, we're going to, notice how I'm bracing here. We're going to unbrace. If you can do that, then we're going to hold there. You want to, whatever point you can maintain balance is where you're going to stop and work from. And now, so now I'm going to go back and brace. And now I'm going to close my eyes. And ideally, you can stay up here for 20 or 30 seconds. Make sure that you see I'm on a bar, you can use a chair, the wall, a doorknob is really nice, so that you have a good place to keep your balance. You hold that for as long as you can. You're going to go back and repeat that on the other side, and you want to do this 2 or 3 times. And as you can see, I'm able to do it on one leg with my eyes closed, but also have to catch my balance, which is fine. And okay, so now, if you can do that with your eyes closed up to about 30 minutes, then you can start making that a little harder if you can. And so I'm going to hold on, but you can, whatever you can do. So you start off on one leg, and then you're going to sort of that one leg and shift up to the front. You're going to do kind of like clock exercises with that free leg. And just as much, and you can do that with your eyes closed. And so that's the next step in that. And if we've done that on both sides, now if you want to make it even harder, we can go to unstable. And you can use a yoga blanket. I have a yoga mat here that I'm going to use. If you happen to have some of the little pads, you can roll up a bath towel. And you just want something that's going to make that surface a little less stable. And so it's a little more rocky. And so we're going to just do the same thing. We're going to kind of start off with our eyes open and kind of find that nice balance place. Make sure those shoulders are relaxed. You want those shoulder blades tucked down there nice, so everything is nice and loose and comfortable. And then you're going to go and try to do it without holding on. And this becomes quite a bit harder. And then when you can do that, then we'll go ahead and go and close your eyes and hold on. And if you can catch your balance, as you can see. Make sure we go to the other side. You don't want to leave anything out. And same thing. So we do a little bit. Do as much as you can. You always want to make sure you're good and easily stabilized. And the more you do this, all of this, even if I'm standing here with my eyes open holding on, I'm adding proprioceptive training to that leg. All right, while we're on one-legged exercises, we're going to go to another one, and this is a step up. This is kind of part of the same series in my practice. And here, you can see I've just got a couple of books. And these are relatively thin, so you can start off. Ideally, if I was rehabbing, we'd start off at about 1 inch. can also, if you have yoga blocks, those are excellent. You can use all of those. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to start down here. And you're going to just stand on that. And you want your hips nice and level. And you're going to bend that knee, that standing knee. And then you're going to stand back up. And what you want to be, and ideally you want to raise the toes of that foot on the ground. What that does, that keeps you from instinctively doing that. So you raise that up, and then you just step up. Always come into a nice good balance. And then back down, and then as when you can do it this, you can add more. I'll just, so for the other side, I'll just shift over to a block so you can see how that's done. And same thing with this, you want to make sure you've got, you've got something to help you balance. This one, the more you can do it without holding on, the better, but you want to make sure you're nice and stable when you're doing this. And you're always trying to do, and if you need some help, you can actually use your arms to help you up. It's like whatever level you need to work at to do this, that's the level we start at, and then we go from there. So here you're going to do, and you notice I keep my pelvis nice and straight. And this is a very good, we're continuing that leg proprioception. It's also really good for medial quads, which is the most common muscle involved in sort of kind of knee pain. All right, and now we're going to do the last one, which is the pelvic tilt. So same thing, you're going to start up here, and then you're just going to tilt that hip down instead of, before I did this, so now I'm dropping that hip, and now we bring this work up into our lateral hips. And the same thing with this exercise. You can go to this exercise, you can do it on a roller, you can do it on a mat, whatever you happen to have, and that makes it that much harder. So that's my first class for the Pilates and Yoga Studio.